I'm Lou.
I'm John.
If you're new to the site, yeah, we actually had an article in our Irish paper, didn't we? So we've had some people join from Ireland. So you're really welcome. It's lovely for you to come. We really love having you join us.
So welcome to all our new Irish members.
Yeah.
That was from the Irish Independent.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. We're really thrilled about that. So this is us. We call these heart to heart. They come from our kitchen. They're absolutely not scripted. We kind of checked this out with our members when we started doing this.
Maybe we should have called it hearth to hearth.
All right.
Kitchen, no, never mind.
You could actually, hearth kitchen to kitchen. Yes. Anyway, so you're getting the gist.
Yes.
Okay, this is us turning up as ourselves, and we just really want to do a welcome video to start off with. Those that have joined the site recently. Doing a bit of a catch up. Now, we've not posted these so much because we've been doing a mentorship group. We did that for about 6 months, didn't we?
We did.
And we're going to do that again.
We are, but we're not going to do it in the same way. We're going to do it in a slightly more, shall we say, structured way.
Yeah.
The last time we did it in a very kind of loose way. And I think it suited some people, but it didn't suit other people so much, you know. And I think it became cumbersome.
Yeah, it was lovely though. It was lovely.
Oh, it was.
We really loved doing it. So
But this time we're going to have a beginning, a middle, and an end to it, you know. And I will send out a sign up form if you are interested. Then put your name on it, and then so when we actually start it, then we will contact you to say if you want to join. Yeah. You know.
And you're going to do a bit of intensive mentoring as well. You're kind of looking into
I'm going to do an intensive group for families and for drinkers, where we kind of we work over a few weeks and try and sort of address particular problems. Yeah. So for the drinkers, it will be particularly drinker focus. Whether it be on for some people for controlled drinking, or whether it be reduced drinking or abstinence, and again we will have a particular program for that. But that's probably October before these things will be ready.
Yes, so those of you who've not come, I mean, those who've come via the Irish article will probably know more about ourselves than we can remember now. But if you haven't, John, I'm a therapist, so I've got private practice, lots of different issues. John does one-to-one, some lovely feedback from people. So if you want a one-to-one therapist, he's been, if you don't know this, he was an alcoholic and been clean and sober now, actually 39 years.
39 years, yes.
This is amazing. But he was very bad in his time, so he knows what it's like to struggle with alcohol. And then he became a doctor of psychology and a professor of drink and drugs. So he's very well qualified in his subject. So if you feel you want some one-to-one, how do you do that? You just go into the site and sign up on your page?
Yeah, there's a sign-up form there, and but if you want a one-to-one and the times don't suit, then get into contact with me and we can maybe sort something out.
Yeah.
And I have done that for other people in the past, and I'm willing to do it again. So it's always better to check the availability.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you've just come, the temptation is to kind of to run to the end and get all the magic picture up that you've come for, and
yeah, it's a bit like the Agatha Christie book. You go straight to the back page and find out who done it.
You do. I would never do that. But
no, I wouldn't do it either.
But some people do.
Yes. So, a lot of people come looking for the pixie dust, as we've talked about in the past, and the pixie dust just isn't there. So we have a program for families. And that program for families, it's in a particular order, and it's in a particular order for a particular reason. That's the way it works. Going to the end, it's a bit like saying, I'm going to train for a marathon. I've never run in my life before, but I'm just going to go out and do 26 miles today. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to build up to it, and we show you how to do that.
Yeah, and I spent 20 out of my 29 years that I lived with an alcoholic, doing loads and loads of things that actually didn't work, and just making myself exhausted, and getting really, really upset and distressed and angry. And so one of the things you will learn if you just go through the program is to stand back from doing certain behaviours which are really understandable but actually not necessarily helpful, and often have the reverse effect than you want it to, which is heart-rending.
That's a rather strange program. We're telling you all the things that don't work.
Yes.
But all the things that don't work are probably all the things that you're doing, which is why you're here. And if we can stop doing that, then we can make space for things that do work. That's the whole
Absolutely.
That's the whole point of this program. And once you get, it's for the families, we're trying to empower families, and because you're in a very difficult situation and you feel really powerless in that situation. So we are trying to empower you, but in order to do that, we have to do different things, not what you're doing at the moment, but different things.
Yeah,
and we'll show you how to do that.
Yeah, and in our theory, different videos, we pick up on all these different themes, and we have a website if you are a drinker and struggling with drink, that actually your partner, your child, your mum, dad could actually access. So there is help for the drinker as well. A lot of people come through the family section, don't they?
Yeah, a lot of drinkers come to me, and generally they're referred by the family member, and sometimes I even see both. I mean, we're versatile here. This is
very versatile.
In this. Sorry,
you're very versatile.
Yeah. I could sing, dance, juggle, but you can see this is how well scripted this is, and this tends to be us. We turn up,
Yes.
You
have to have a great sense of humour actually in this particular arena, don't you?
But this is the thing that this is the whole thing about Bottled Up, is that we don't have what our American cousins call a cookie cutter approach, which is a one size fits all. It's not like that. There isn't just a formula. Right, you're an A, right, that's it. It's about you. It's about your situation. It's very personal. And okay, we have a program, but that program is good. It's flexible. And you can take bits and leave other bits, but you have to do it in order. And also to sort of apply it to your situation, rather than just take it and just apply it like a recipe for a cake, because that doesn't really work.
No, I mean, pragmatic solutions I think are really easy. I said just now that you need a great sense of humour. We should really understand what you're going through is not funny. Don't hear that in the wrong way. But sometimes being able to stand back and bring a bit of humour, black though it might be, is a way of getting through. And certainly I had to do that sometimes to myself and sometimes to the situation. But I don't want you to hear that we think that this is funny, because we totally understand it is not funny.
But at the same time, I don't think I've ever laughed as much as in an AA room. Listening to people talking about their stories. Because you do need a sense of humour to actually survive.
Yes.
And as I say, when I first went into an AA room, I thought, elephant's graveyard, here I am, miserable. And I've never laughed as much, because it's really a lot. Sometimes it's a kind of gallows humour, but it can be really funny. And what's funnier than people? Anyway, that's where we're at.
Just before we go, because this is just a kind of housekeeping quick hello video, just want to talk about the chain of care. Now, chain of care, what that means really, we don't expect you or even want you to contribute if you're not finding any help here. That's not how it works. But this is self-funded. Now, we do fund this at the moment. The donations do not cover this. And whilst we're still working, that's not really an issue. We have subsidised this and paid for it all of our lives, but since it started. But we do need people to rise up and begin to take responsibility for this site, because we are going to have to do a little bit of retiring because we're in our early 70s. So the chain of care works like this. If you have been helped would you consider giving a donation so that somebody exactly like you in 6 months' time, who comes with the same needs, the same issue, that you are making sure that this site still exists for the person like you that's coming later? That's kind of how it works. And so if you find this helpful, would you please consider putting a donation to the next person who comes along like you, going through all the same pain as you? It's, so that's how we want to do it. That's how we love to keep it. We may have to charge, but we know we don't want to. It's not on our heart to do so. But we don't have endless funds, particularly if we're going to retire more. So we're just flagging that up. And, you know, again, it's a pay it forward kind of ethos, isn't it?
It
really?
is, yeah.
But
If you understand or you know of the pay it forward, which is basically you're not paying for anything that, you know, the website at all, but you're paying for somebody else, you know, for it to exist for somebody else.
so it's
And it's a good way for
it's a kind of, it's not go fund us, go fund them.
Yeah.
If you know, to use a
yeah.
So
But it's right. I mean, it's not enormously expensive to run this website, but it is pretty expensive, you know, because we have technicians in the background to actually keep the thing going. You know, we have software that we really need to run the website. So it's in the thousands. So you know, and that's not something that we can find readily. So if you can help us to maintain this website, then, you know, we would be very grateful, and I'm sure that other people coming after you would be very grateful. So,
but we don't check up. You know, if you approach us, we don't look and see whether you donated or not. It's just not in our worry.
No.
So we won't know whether you donate or not. It's really between you and yourself. Whether you do that, we'd love it if you did, but it won't affect our attitude to you in the slightest, because we haven't got a clue whether you do or not.
Which is why, you know, you get a cursory. If you do donate, you will get a cursory sort of email. But you won't get a personal one, because otherwise we would go checking up through everybody's donations, and we just don't want to do that. It's not that we're not grateful. It's not that we are, you know, ignorant and sort of ill-mannered. It's just that we just don't want to we don't want to bias our opinions by, oh, let's go to this one person, we must treat them well because they gave us a lot. You know, we just don't do that. So that's the that's our ethos. But if you can help us to help other people, then again, we are grateful.
So welcome to the community. If you're new, if you're just checking in, sorry we've not checked in for a while. There is loads and loads of videos, lots of different series that you can go and look at. But we're glad to be back personally relating. I think over the next couple of months, we'll do some together, and you're going to do a few as well, aren't you? So we will check in. So check in. He'll always let you know when a new one is posted.
So again, welcome to all the new people.
Yeah.
You know, which is great. You know, it's lovely.
Yeah, I think we had the most sign-ups in one day when
we
the
did.
article went out ever. So that's really lovely. And but you're Irish descent, aren't you?
All of my great grandparents are Irish. Yes. Although if you listen to the accent, you know, then clearly I'm from Scotland, living in England, of Irish descent. So you know, but I'm not sure where the Welsh bit comes in, but I've got all the rest of it. You know.
So there we go. So thank you for listening to us. Excuse the ums and ahs and the giggling. You'll be getting more of that, but there you go. We'll talk to you soon, and look out for the videos. Take care. Lots and lots of love. Bye.
Bye. And out. Okay.